Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Education Insights. Today we're diving into the major reforms and growing challenges surrounding NCEA, New Zealand's National Secondary School Qualification. NCEA, which stands for the National Certificate of Educational Achievement, has been the standard qualification in New Zealand secondary schools since 2002. It's overseen by the New Zealand Qualifications Authority, or NCEA, and was designed to be flexible and inclusive, allowing students to mix and match courses and build credits through both internal and external assessments. However, over time, concerns have grown about how consistent and fair the system really is. In response, the Ministry of Education launched a full-scale NCEA change program beginning in 2020, with the first major changes rolling out in 2024 at Level 1, typically Year 11. The reforms aim to simplify the qualification structure, strengthen core literacy and numeracy skills, and improve the credibility of the qualification. Under the new system, all students are now required to pass a co-requisite in literacy and numeracy. That's reading, writing, and math to gain any NCEA certificate. This co-requisite is worth 20 credits and is assessed externally to ensure national consistency. Another major change was to the course structure itself. Each subject is now limited to just 4 achievement standards, each worth 5 credits. This is meant to reduce assessment overload and focus more on deep learning. External assessments like research reports were removed from many subjects, placing greater emphasis on classroom-based assessments. However, the implementation hasn't gone smoothly. A 2024 national review by the Education Review Office found that over 50% of schools believe Level 1 fails to reliably measure student achievement. Schools also raised concerns that the reforms don't adequately prepare students for Level 2, leading some to withdraw entirely from offering Level 1 courses. Teachers have voiced serious concerns through the Post-Primary Teachers Association. In a nationwide survey, over 80% of teachers said they were dissatisfied with the professional development and resources provided. Nearly 3/4 said they felt unsupported by NCEA and the Ministry of Education during the rollout. Students are also struggling. Teachers report that many students disengage early in the year if they fail initial assessments. For high-performing students, the lack of challenge in internal-only assessments may also reduce motivation. At the same time, public confidence in NCEA has taken a hit. An ERO report revealed that 70% of employers don't trust Level 1 as a meaningful qualification. Over 90% said it doesn't reflect students' work ethic. Meanwhile, almost half of parents surveyed said they don't understand how NCEA works, which makes it hard to support their children's education. As a result, many top-performing schools are turning to international alternatives. Cambridge international exams, in particular, are growing rapidly. By 2025, about 25% of New Zealand secondary schools will offer the Cambridge pathway. In 2024 alone, a third of Year 11 students opted not to sit NCEA Level 1, with a large portion choosing Cambridge instead. This reflects a growing demand for more structured, globally recognized qualifications. The Cambridge system offers a more traditional exam-based approach, with clear syllabuses and externally marked assessments, qualities some schools and parents see as more rigorous and transparent. Facing rising criticism, the Ministry of Education has decided to delay the rollout of reforms for Level 2 and 3, originally planned for 2026, until at least 2028 and 2029 respectively. Officials say this is to ensure the system is more robust and better supported before expanding the changes. Employers still feel that NCEA Level 1 graduates are unprepared because, even after reforms, the qualification fails to convincingly demonstrate key skills that matter in the workplace. There is too much variability and not enough reliability. Students can choose from a wide range of standards, not all of which are challenging or relevant. This means 2 students with the same number of credits may have very different skill sets. Internal assessment dominates the system and varies widely between schools. This makes it difficult for employers to trust that credits earned in different contexts mean the same thing. Despite the new co-requisites, literacy and numeracy gaps persist. Many students continue to struggle with basic communication and math tasks required in entry-level jobs. NCEA also fails to capture or report on key soft skills like punctuality, teamwork, or communication. traits that are critical in the workplace but invisible in the qualification. Additionally, some students disengage before completing Level 1, with many schools reducing their NCEA offerings or students failing key co-requisites early. Some youth enter the workforce with incomplete or inconsistent records. The literacy and numeracy co-requisites themselves have also been criticized for being too detached from everyday classroom learning. These assessments are administered as standalone tests, not integrated into coursework, and are externally marked with a strict pass-fail outcome. This format does not reflect the way students normally engage with reading, writing, or practical math skills in their subject areas. Teachers report they often don't have time or training to prepare students for the specific writing styles or applied math contexts required. This disconnect further contributes to student disengagement and uneven achievement across schools. The wide menu of achievement standards previously available in NCEA allowed students to pick easier or less rigorous options to accumulate credits, often avoiding foundational knowledge. Although reforms aim to simplify this by reducing the number of standards per subject, many educators argue that the system still fails to ensure depth and coherence of learning. Employers notice these inconsistencies and remain skeptical. Finally, NCEA was never designed as a workforce readiness tool. Employers want a clear, trustworthy signal of competence. NCEA Level 1, in its current form, doesn't provide that. Ultimately, NCEA reform represents a complex challenge, balancing flexibility and inclusiveness with the need for fairness, academic rigor, and trust. Whether it can deliver on these goals will depend not only on policy, but on communication, training, and continued dialogue with educators, students, and communities. Thanks for listening to this episode. See you next time.